Welcome once again to the Chariot Automotive Group Driven to Serve podcast. I'm your host, Nate Merritt. It's our August edition, and we're excited to welcome Emily Green, a member of the admin team at the Chariot Automotive Group Twin City location. And Emily is the first graduate with a sales certificate from Ivy Tech as part of Chariot's program in partnership with Ivy Tech. And we're going to talk about that today because Emily, we have three core audiences for this podcast each month: our current team members, those that are current clients or potential clients, and then also potential team members that want to be or looking around maybe for a change. Why Chariot? Why would I consider this group of 4 stores, 3 Stellantis stores and 1 General Motors store with 1 body shop in Kokomo, Lafayette, Tipton, Indiana? What's different about this auto group? And so with that, welcome. And we're glad to have you to talk about this program because you're the first.
I am. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the invitation.
Glad to talk about it with you. And Emily, big focus with Chariot, our internal motto and really an external motto as well, is driven to serve. And I think from our founder and CEO, Rex Gingrich, to the rest of the group, there is just that desire to say, we don't want just our team members to be doing their daily work, but also helping them achieve new goals and opportunities in life. And so that's kind of where the genesis. I know Mark McLean's been very involved with this from the start of trying to help folks that earn their degree and earn their way forward as they acquire new skills that they can use in their life and then hopefully share with our group as they go forward. So maybe share with our audience how you got started thinking about the program and kind of what made you say, yes, I'm going to jump into this, even though I have a full day of responsibilities at the dealership.
Yes. So I was told about the program. So I came on to the Chariot Automotive Group back in June of 21. I was told I started the program back in October of 21. There was an email sent out about it, about like a call out meeting per se. Chariot telling us that this is what we have to offer through Ivy Tech. And then just after that, I decided, hey, it's 1 class per 8 weeks. I was like, let's try it out. Because I'm always willing to learn and things like that. And so after that, I was like, okay, this is pretty easy. The professors are, very one-on-one with the cohort that we had. The cohort at the time, I think, was 5 or 6 students. Can't quite remember. But it was very like personable as far as like the with the way that the class size was, with the way that the professors more or less cared about our education and that aspect. But it so far has been a great program. I absolutely love it. Currently, right now, I'm in quantitative reasoning, which is Math 123 here at the Lafayette campus. I meet in person because math is a little bit of a struggle for me. But I meet there in person 6 p.m. to 8:50 at night, Tuesday and Thursdays. So having that is a little bit of a different thing for me because usually I never have class in person. It's always online. So it has been challenging a couple of times. There's been times I'm like, why am I doing this? I mean, this is my 2nd degree. Why do I need a 2nd degree? But in the end, I'm really glad that I stuck it out because it brings me a lot of pride that I was able to do that and working a full-time job as well. The downtime that I also have here lets me, work on some homework, work on some work and things like that.
Yeah, I think that's one of the questions somebody that's considering the program amongst our ranks right now, or if they joined in with us and said, yeah, that's great that they offer these degree programs, but how do I make that work? Maybe share with us what your best days looked like or what a tougher day looked like and how you've been able to balance all of that.
So a tougher day for me would be after you get home from work, sometimes you just want to sit on the couch and, binge watch a TV show or something like that. but having that mentality really was a struggle for me at first, because I was like, oh, I could do all the homework the day that it's due. That's not the case. But having I want to say the discipline to do your work, try to have that time management, be organized and things like that, you will definitely be successful. And that I don't have any kids, so I'm not, I don't have kids to go home to, and things like that. I have a very supportive fiance who is like, hey, go do your schoolwork, we'll come back together, things like that. But it did get a little, like I said, a little bit challenging at times. I just have to reiterate, time management is definitely key.
I seem to remember a time when you and two of the others that are part of the program were having maybe a tough psychology class at one point, right? And
That's very true.
And like as you pursue any degree, there's going to be those moments where it's tough. But I just remember you all were having the same tough time the same week. Maybe remind us what that was all about.
So it was just a lot of material in an 8-week period, because Ivy Tech usually does their semesters in 16 weeks. So you're learning 16 weeks worth of information in 8 weeks. It was just more of trying to digest that information about, different parts of the brain, different mood disorders, different, mental health, mental illnesses, things like that, and just different parts of, one part of the class was about research. It was just a lot to digest. We did have a really, we had a good professor for that semester. She was like, I'm here if you guys need me, like I can talk you through it, things like that. But just a lot of information in 8 weeks. We were moving a little too fast for psychology, in my opinion.
So I think that'd be one of the concerns that somebody was considering the program is, will I feel alone, or will somebody be there to help me? It sounds like you had moments where there was definitely that you could get some of that help that you needed from the professor.
Yeah, there's definitely the help. If a professor doesn't have the time or resources to help you with that, Ivy Tech does offer tutoring. And they also use free to the students tutor.com. So I know that with math right now, they encourage us to use the tutors through Ivy Tech, or like I said, tutor.com. You're never alone in it. You can always reach out to your peers, your professors, tutors. There's always free resources to you.
That's awesome. Tell us about just what's your bill for all this? Who paid for it?
You guys did. Chariot did. I have paid $0, except for maybe a book or two if I wanted to have the physical book. I'm more physical, hands-on, highlighting stuff in a book. Yeah. So I will pay for that, but that beats paying thousands of dollars. Right. So
how does that make you feel as a team member that the auto group was willing to make that investment?
Here, it makes me feel like that that Chariot here cares for their employees. They care that they're offering these programs to their employees, and that they are wanting to better them and further their education. The end goal for me in mine education journey is I would like to become a finance manager here at Chariot, Twin City. So having those tools and having the knowledge that, the higher ups here at Chariot are offering that to me is just amazing. And you cannot find that anywhere else you go.
No, that's awesome. So favorite subjects and toughest subjects?
Toughest subjects so far, would have to be math has always been my struggle. Just like quantitative reasoning has been just to me. Accounting was a good class to learn. That was the challenge too, because I'm only in about my second or third year in accounting. But my favorite class of all time was probably my human resources class. We had James Fitzgerald at the Kokomo location, or the Kokomo campus rather. And he's taught several of our classes throughout this program. And he made the class very, very fun, very intriguing. Almost makes me want to go into human resources too. Like I like having the broad spectrum of those subjects. So I would have to say HR was my favorite, and accounting and math were my toughest subjects so far.
What should somebody know that's going to do the program as they consider it? What would be your advice to them on ways to make it a great experience?
Mine would be try to go into it with an open mind. I did graduate with my first degree back in 2017 in journalism, and I was out of college for 4 years.
Right.
So I had fallen, into the whole go to work, sleep, things like that. Getting back into a routine of having classes again was tough. I'm not gonna, deny that. But knowing that you can get back into that mindset again of classes, and just knowing that you're not alone. Everybody struggles with, different things and different ways of learning and things like that. It's just, you have unlimited resources to help you. Professors are lenient on assignments, lenient on, if you get sick or have an emergency, getting your work in and things like that. There's nothing scary about it. Just go for it. Honestly, just go for it.
And then what are you working on now that you have the sales certificate? Tell us what you're working on now.
Right now I'm working on my associate's degree in business administration.
Awesome. And what are some of the classes that you'll be taking as part of getting your associates in business administration?
I do know that I'm taking quantitative reasoning right now, and the next second 8 weeks of this fall semester I will be taking marketing. I think a couple others that I will be taking is a Microsoft Office class, data analytics. I do believe there might be another marketing class or two that I'll have to take that will be like advanced. I'll also be learning about finances, things like that.
Okay, very, very good. Now, give us a typical day for Emily at the dealership. Share with us what your responsibilities are here that you've had to balance with all that classwork.
So I am 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. I come in first thing in the morning, open up the doors. I'll answer the phones whenever they ring in. I'll help customers get with sales or get with service. Just any like vendors that come in, I will assist them as well. If I have any sort of downtime, I have 2 monitors, and I'll have my IP Tech stuff up on one monitor and my work stuff up on another. I do a little bit of our accounts payable for our drivers and for our detailing company that we use. So having all of that, I still try to find the time to work on my IV Tech stuff and homework while I'm here. And that's the beauty of working with Chariot Automotive Group, is that having that downtime, it's okay to do your homework if you do have that downtime, which I think is tremendous.
Yeah, and I've seen you use that. I've seen you in a stretch where maybe what you were doing for your primary job was, at least at that moment, on autopilot enough that you were able to have your book out in front of you right up there at the reception desk. Maybe share a little bit about just how you've been able to make that work and do that time in a way that works for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of times that some days it will be that majority of my primary work will be on autopilot for the day. Mostly in the afternoon. My mornings are usually when I get all of my things done for the day. But yeah, I'll have, like I said, I'll have my homework up on one monitor. If a salesman or a customer comes up and needs help with something, I can switch over to the other monitor and be like, hey, here's what you need, and then move back and things like that. Obviously prioritize work before the schoolwork, but so yeah, that's usually afternoons can usually be my homework time.
And you do a lot of work helping us keep track of keys and plates and all those things.
I do. I think in the box right now, up by the front doors, we have maybe about 450 keys that we keep track of. So
Mostly that you keep track of.
yeah, that I keep track of, yes.
But so that person that's considering, again, Emily, just give them again a kind of a final overview of how you're feeling now that you have that sales certificate, the pride that goes with that as the first in our group, and Chariot pays for that. And then as you move ahead, maybe just a word of encouragement to somebody that says, I don't know if I can handle this, doing the work of my primary job and also chasing a sales certificate or eventually another degree.
Honestly, what I have to say is go for it. If you have a supportive spouse like I do, it's tremendous to have that. It's going to be free to you. I've never seen a bill come to my email, nothing. The only thing that you would have to pay out of pocket is if you wanted the physical textbook, which usually through Ivy Tech is maybe about $20, but go for it. I mean, you'll have all these unlimited resources to help you through the classes. You'll have peers that can help you as well. Don't ever feel like that you're alone if you're struggling in it, because Mark will also help you through it too. And like I said, lots of resources and lots of people that will help you through it.
Well, Emily, we're very proud of you, what you've done already, and not just in your day job, but getting that sales certificate. We love taking pictures with you for social media and your cap and gown for Ivy Tech, and we're looking forward to all the great things that lie ahead for you. So congratulations, and thanks for giving us a deeper view of what you've been up to.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Emily Green's part of the admin team for the Chariot Automotive Group at our Twin City location in Lafayette. She is the first of the Ivy Tech sales certificate graduates with our group, completely paid for as being a team member with Chariot Automotive Group. So great work, Emily, and we'll be back with you next month with another edition of the Chariot Automotive Group podcast. Take care, everyone.